So I'd love for you to talk about the details I know it evolved over time, but I guess the core dietary principles that you followed and that you are teaching people to follow. Um, it's not the whole puzzle, but it's a big piece of the puzzle. And it's really what I like to say, or, what I realize in my own life and talk about often is that the diet is really that's just the stepping stone, right, toward radical life change. And that's the thing you can change right away, right? That's really the easiest thing. You can change your diet today, right? There's a lot of things in your life you can't change that fast, right? But you can change your diet quickly, and that gets this momentum going, gets the ball rolling.
It's the foundation. And if people call me at all different stages. People call me who are trying to decide what to do. People call me who are already in chemo, already in surgery, have gone through all of that. Some of it's not working. I mean, it doesn't matter. Whatever stage, this foundation is crucial. So, that's that. Okay, the foundation. It's so interesting. I mean, I've come through the years to so appreciate that these bodies have a brilliance beyond most people's capacity to really appreciate or understand. And I love to use the metaphor of somebody running from a bear, being able to run faster than it was ever thought humanly possible, or be able to jump higher than is ever thought humanly possible. Our body contains capacity to do things beyond what we see as possible. And one of them is cleaning out deep level toxins and healing and repairing from what seems like impossible disease. Of course, it's not black and white. Everybody's different. There's no guarantee. Let me just say that, because life is complicated too, and there are other levels. But my experience is that when putting together a food program, you want to create a food program that literally has more fuel than the body ever had before. And when I'm talking about fuel, people think protein, people think calories. No, 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 no. In fact, minimal protein is considered the best when one is going through detoxification. And calories, it's nutrients, powerful nutrients, more nutrients than the body has ever taken in before. I mean, the programs I put people on, I would say, are about 3 times the amount of nutrients than they've ever consumed, more nutrients than anybody they know. And this intensity of nutrients empowers the body, gives the body fuel to go deeper. The average diet, it's full of calories, full of lots of protein, full of the, but the nutrient base is minimal. So what happens is people have enough energy to do this and that, but meanwhile, degenerative conditions are increasing. Most diseases nowadays, besides COVID, most diseases are degenerative diseases rather than germs or bacteria. And degeneration, the body knows where that is. It knows how to reverse it and stop it if given the chance. But most people have no idea. And so they continue to do things that contribute to it, and they don't have the fuel for the body to really address it. And so, that's the way they go. Degeneration here, degeneration there, whatever. So my experience is that if somebody's on a food program that has this intensity, this fire, number one. And the second part is removing anything that dilutes it. Anything that dilutes it. What are the things that dilute it? Foods that don't deliver a lot of nutrients, like breads and pastas and, things with sugar and refined foods,
What they call the empty calories.
The empty calories, yeah. Mm-hmm. So, those, and then things, of course, like alcohol that use a lot of energy for the body to neutralize, and then, coffee. I know coffee is a mixed bag because there are wonderful things about coffee, but the truth of the matter is that coffee burns the body's energy faster. Coffee doesn't have in it something that gives the body energy the way a freshly made vegetable juice does. That gives the body energy. No, coffee doesn't give the body energy. Coffee has caffeine, which burns the body's energy faster. And yeah, you feel good for a period of time, but then you drop to even lower energy. But during this time, to really reduce or eliminate things that will dilute the freedom of the body to use its energy as it chooses, as its brilliant wisdom chooses, because the body has one major job, and that's survival. And it does it brilliantly if allowed to. And in the modern age, it's not so allowed to. And of course, in the past, there are lots of different reasons for different things. But my experience with myself and with my clients is that you increase this nutrient intake, and wow, and the body smiles. Of course, it goes for things. So that's really in a little nutshell. That's the bottom line, to have a food program. So you're talking about every piece of food that enters the mouth is high nutrient food. Everything.
Fruits and vegetables, herbs and spices. Yeah.
Everything. And variety is the best. People say, well, this food, and I say, yeah, it's good food, but every color has a gift. Every vegetable has a gift. Every different nut has a gift. Brazil nuts are incredibly high in selenium, which is anti-cancer. Pumpkin seeds are really high in zinc for prostate. It's incredible. An immune system. It's every food. So for me, it's about helping people to understand the food choices that include just a wide variety of wonderful things. And I definitely adhere to a vegetarian-based diet primarily, only because the animal fats are inflammatory fats. And, after years of listening to people talk about extraordinary healings, I would say 99% of those people went through vegetarian diets at that time. And so I adhere to the fact that those fats once people are better to bring back some animal products if they want, I think that's probably okay. At this point, I eat some eggs, I eat some goat cheese. I don't feel like it's a problem if it's in moderation.
Well, and what I did was obviously very similar. I chose what in my mind was a strategy called overdosing on nutrition, right?
Exactly.
And I went from eating 1 to 2 servings of fruits and vegetables per day to eating between 15 and 20 servings of fruits and vegetables per day. So, it was a massive, dramatic shift in the amount of micronutrients that I was putting in my body: vitamins, minerals, enzymes, antioxidants, and then all of these thousands of phytochemicals, phytonutrients that are in fruits and vegetables, nuts and seeds, herbs and spices, legumes, whole grains. So like all of those foods. Yeah. And when you're focused on eating these high density food, there doesn't leave any room for the junk food and the fast food and the processed food and stuff like that. Because, in my mind, I was like, everything on the end of my fork is either going to promote health or promote disease. So like, I want to maximize every single meal, right? And have it the most anti-cancer, nutrient dense meal possible. Right. And so I could keep, I could maintain this momentum that I'd created where I'm just pumping in the good stuff, right? Pumping in the nutrition. Of course, I'm juicing throughout the day, every day. I'm eating giant bowls full of vegetables, fruit smoothies, right?
Yeah, the juices are like vegetable blood. It's like if you eat the full amount of food that you could possibly eat, and then you put the juices on top of it, you take it to this other level, which is extraordinary.
Thanks for watching. If you like what you just saw, why not subscribe? Here's a link to do that. And if you'd like to watch the full interview, you can find it at chrisbeatcancer.com. There's a link to it in the description right below this video.